going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video we are going to be checking out more of the group McBusted. You guys know I think this band is fucking awesome. That super group moment of having Busted and McFly come together, to me, pretty fucking cool. So today we're gonna watch them doing a live event. I don't know where this is from, but it is from the Meet 2015 DVD, or the Most Excellent Adventure Tour. The song is called Crashed the Wedding. I want to give a huge shout out to Ellie over on Patreon for being a longtime supporter and for requesting this video. Thank you so much for your support. I'm super stoked to dive in. You guys have seen I've done a few songs from McBusted. I've done some songs from Busted. I've done some songs from, well, I've done a lot of songs from McFly. I've even did a little watch party reaction over on Patreon for the McFly All About You, All About Us documentary. So if you guys want to check that out, it was actually really eye-opening for me. The link is in the description. I'm diving into this. I love the energy that comes from any of these bands, so when you put them all together, you know it's great. Crash the Wedding. Turn this up. Let's go. Nice. The gains. It's that drummer's body. Harry's looking jacked and tan. That's Tom in a dress. Fuck yes. No stress. It's Tom in a dress. Nice. Okay. Just Danny fucking smirking, throwing confetti in a dress is just like so perfect. I'm glad that, like, through all the years, everything I've seen, this band, like anybody from these groups, they have stayed so silly. Nice. A frolic. You gotta have a frolic. Oh, this is gonna be tight. Pop punk perfection every fucking time. Let's go. So right away, with that intro coming into this track, I think you can pretty much, like, that alone can sum up really what I enjoy about really this band and just the collective members of this band. Because one thing that I've always loved is that no matter who you're checking out, there's always been this it's like there's been no fear in experimenting with a lot of different sound. At the same time, staying true to their roots where possible. And in this, you get that 100% because, like, it is just straight up pop punk worship in the best way. But their personalities have always corresponded so well with the music that they're putting out in these live performances. I've said this time and time again. They don't take themselves seriously. They're serious people when it matters. They're serious about music, but they don't take themselves and their personalities seriously. And you can see that with the intro of this, just coming in, this fake wedding, putting this whole thing on, getting up on stage, everyone getting hyped. You see the energy level come out. Everyone does a synchronized jump, and we're straight into pop punk. Like, that's fucking so sick. So sick. Yes, Dougie. Those bass riffs are so good. Every time I watch these, I just really wish that I would have been there. Tom is fucking shredding in this. Hey! Haha. What the fuck? It's always so chaotic and I can't get enough of it. What the fuck? Yes! Fuck. So, look, this is, again, not to just sit here and reiterate myself, but I collectively love the amount of authenticity and passion that these dudes bring into the music. I mean, it is just nothing but chaotic fun in the best way. And I feel like if you're going to stay in music for as long as these dudes have, which I think is fucking awesome, but if you're going to do that, you don't want to lose yourself. And I feel like when I watched the McFly documentary, it seemed like there were moments where they kind of felt like that was happening and they started losing those relationships and stuff. And I've said this before, but when you spend that much time with people, like, you go through the goods and the bads together. And it's really how you come out on the other side that really, like, matters at the end. So when I see them having so much fun like this, when I see the energy levels on just absolute maximum, the silliness level being there, again, these are artists being their authentic selves. And if you're going to play this genre, I've said it time and time again, but I never want to listen to this genre when it's being performed and written by people that take themselves so fucking seriously and they're so uptight, because that's not what really, like, the pop punk elements of this are about. Like, that would be the weirdest fucking thing. Like, to go up there with all this chaotic energy, with all this fun, and then you get off stage and you're just like, all right, so when do we get our checks? Like, yeah, I get it. You should get fucking paid, get all those things, and everyone should get the money they deserve. But there's a difference between people doing it because it's fucking fun and it's an outlet for them, and there's people doing it for the check. And I think when you see a group like this bringing this type of heart and passion into a performance, it's going to be so sick. Now, I love the fact that this has so much of like a late 90s pop punk sound to it, because you can hear it a lot in the guitar riffs, especially like Tom doing those like higher notes. Like, I feel like all of that kind of blends in. It reminds me of like skate punk and stuff like that. Again, another example of this group and these dudes going through and just doing whatever sound they feel at that time. I think oftentimes, especially, well, actually, like, I would say like with the last like 20 years probably, but fans of bands often try to box in an artist or a band because they like this specific sound. And, you know, I think even I'm guilty of that to an extent. There are bands, you know, from these records, like, there are bands where, like, I love so many of the records, and then one, I'm like, oh, that is just, like, not for me. But I think, like, that is the point, is, like, okay, maybe I didn't like this one record or this one sound from this band, but they didn't make it for me. They made it because that's what they wanted to make, and maybe it doesn't resonate with me the same as their other discography. But if I appreciate a band and I respect a band, I want them to push themselves. There are bands that can put out the same album over and over again, and it works. There are bands that can put out a different album every single time, and it works. And I feel like as fans, sometimes we can box these people in instead of letting them do what they love. And I'm just saying, from watching that performance, this is what they love. So I want to give a huge shout out to Ellie on Patreon for actually requesting this video. Thank you so much for showing me yet another example of a reason why it's awesome to be a fan of these guys. I will see you guys in the next